Hey everyone, this is Vic Benedict, Chapter 5, Alive If Not Exactly Well. Every time when you go to the new chapter, somebody, usually Max, will say the name of the chapter, so it's really cool. Anyway, that guy that we just bypassed, he'll just ignore you, so don't even worry about him. You can waste a bullet on him if you want to. But I believe one of these first sections is an area where you can stealth your way through it by using the silencer. And it's a little tricky because sometimes you'll hit the brick that's holding the tire back from having the truck go back into the water, because these thugs are transporting some cargo or something like that. But a lot of the times I was like doing the same thing over here. Like I would shoot the little brick behind the tire. So just check this out. See, I shoot the brick behind the tire right here, and if you aim, they know right away. So it's just one of those things. You're gonna have to keep doing it. It doesn't really work too well, but this is not a stealth game anyway. I wish it had more stealth parts. I don't like stealth games, but if it had that, it would have a little bit better pacing, I think. Anyway, I love this chapter. It's cool. We're in the marshland here, and it's a pretty tough chapter actually, especially when we're on the boat later in the chapter at the conclusion of this chapter. So we have a silencer right now, and we're just invading this area here. It's raining. We've got our vest on, and I like this chapter. I really enjoy it.
I guess the center of the maze was in...
And I believe, this gunfight... Okay, I did this gunfight last night, and the thing is, it's so easy to get detected. So what I like to do is just immediately do the shoot dodge and then get behind this door over here. You're going to get rushed by enemies occasionally, but that's just occasionally. So you can shoot most of these guys. And we have the silencer. We will be able to pick up a Magnum pretty soon, which deals really good damage to these guys. I think a Magnum, the 357 Magnum, a body shot still takes 2 hits. But if you hit them in the neck, the throat area or the head, they're just instantly dead. So shot that guy in the dick. That was nice. So yeah, moving the camera around here, so I know these rushers are going to come on in. See this guy trapped behind the crates, but I know he's coming in, so I'm not sure if I do a melee attack here or if I perish, but we'll shortly see. Oh, I remember what happened. Somehow I didn't take any damage. I activated bullet time, and then fortunately he didn't shoot during the bullet time, and then I just shot him. I was blind firing. I didn't expect to live that fight right there. So now I'm just inching my way around this door. And I really don't like how the enemies get alerted so fast in this game. And it's not even a stealth game. It's you raise your gun and then they know you're there. I wish it was a little bit more realistic. When this game strives for so much realism with the cover system and everything. Having those animations and on the stairs and stuff like that. So, as per your normal routine, just go around the warehouse and loot bodies, pick up stuff. I really like how you don't have to tap the button to pick up the ammo. It just comes right into your inventory. It's great. That's what the next Uncharted should probably do if it hasn't done it already. I can't remember number 3. I did beat it on Crushing, but this fight up here, what you want to do, since we have the Magnum, once we open this gate right here, immediately do your shoot dodge and press back on the left analog stick, or towards you, and get a couple of kills here, at least 2 or 3 kills. And then once you land, you'll probably have some bullet time left, so freeze time and then shoot everybody who's left. Now, normally what would happen, this took a couple of tries because sometimes the enemies wouldn't rush me. And I actually prefer them to rush me because otherwise I'm going around corners and then they just show up right away and shoot me with a shotgun and kill me instantly. But I can get revived. It's just that I don't want to waste a painkiller. I do end up wasting a painkiller over here, but it was a complete surprise. So I'm inching my way around the corner up here to take this guy off of the crate. And if I have, yeah, I think I already did that maybe. So here I'm putting the stuff where I like it in my HUD. And I think I heard another guy coming too. So this guy that comes up here. Oh no! Sometimes the enemies get like trapped. See, this guy is floating for a second. I love when that happens though. It's really great. Not because it's really funny. It is kind of funny, but it's just, you know, a free kill. So I love using the 357 Magnum. I loved using it in Uncharted. Looking forward to using it in Uncharted 4. I'm looking forward to E3 too. It's coming up pretty soon. A couple people have been telling me that the aspect ratio is incorrect on my videos. I fully realize what's going on. It's because I switched to a higher end graphics card. It's Gigabyte 7850, and its resolution output is 1920 by 1200. So you may see some black bars on the left and right side of the screen. Trust me, I spent like a whole day trying to get these settings correct, and it's the best I can do without rebuying the previous graphics card that I had, which was way inferior. So there's no problem if you view it on an iPhone. There's no problem because I watch all my videos to make sure there's no mistakes on my iPhone, and there's no problems with aspect ratio on my iPhone. I imagine there's no problems on an iPad or any other kind of Apple device. Also, if you're just watching the video in full screen, there's no problem. So that's you know, that should be reassurance. I'm fully aware of the problem, but it's just one of those issues because my the width is more than, the height is greater than 1080, and 1080 is the most you could put on YouTube, but my graphics card is 1200 for the height, so I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. The videos are still going to be as enjoyable as they ever are, and again, if you just put the video in full screen, you won't have any problems. Over here, see this guy that rushed? This guy, I thought he was going to rush me, and I wanted him to rush me so I can come back here and take care of him. And what happened over here? I think I may have perished and I was talking over it because I thought I had 3 painkillers. So see how he puts his gun up like that? That's, you know, for the sake of realism. Yeah, I must have. You know, when you're talking about subjects and you're getting so involved, you kind of forget if you die or something. You kind of just overlook the footage. But this Magnum kicks ass. I love it so much. And I had a pair of enemies right here. That's why it took so many shots to kill these guys. And I don't think I was shooting them in any critical spots. I was just shooting them in like the foot or the chest or something. I'm not really sure. That's why it took so many hits to take those guys out. But, you know, just never, ever go around a blind corner. You're going to get killed. Like I've been telling you a couple times. So, I'm really excited about this guide. I love playing this game. And it mostly has to do with, there's great mechanics. It's a solid story, but I've already seen the story, so I just skipped the cutscenes. Even though it takes a long time to skip them because it loads so much. However, the music is just so... It's like God of War music. It's just battle music. It's such perfect music. And there's so many different themes and different soundtracks. And it's incredible. This game's incredible. I mean, I would give this game a 10. I know The Last of Us got a 10, but this game deserves a 10 too. Maybe it's not the same, production value, but it still has a very high production value in my mind. So I might actually be covering The Last of Us. I'm just not sure. Those kind of games, I really have to learn how to play those games. This is a straight-up shooter. Very easy to learn how to play, but The Last of Us, there's a lot of crafting involved and stealth, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, no matter what, we'll have fun on this channel. Okay, and as we move to the next section, I want to bring up a couple of things that I discussed in the very first video about the health meter. More specifically, the damage indicator that appears in the middle of the screen. I wasn't seeing that while I was playing. I did see it on hard mode, but the manual for this game, it actually states that on the higher difficulties, the damage meter won't occur, or excuse me, the damage indicator in the middle of the screen, showing the direction from which the enemies have shot you. So that's pretty hardcore, which is justifiable, I guess, on a hardcore difficulty setting. Anyway, when you are up on the platform, I believe you cannot hit anything. You just have to aim. I know for a fact that you can't move with the left analog stick, so you just need to shoot, and then they'll get alerted, and then you'll do that scene that lands you down here. So it looks like I got 3 painkillers, and I'm almost dead. So another thing about the bullet time is that obviously it's finite; it can run out. I would say the best way to get more bullet time is to do headshots and get headshot kills. But just staying in battle and staying alive will incrementally boost your bullet time. And also, I think if you get a bunch of kills, chaining kills over and over again, or stringing kills, I guess you call, just one kill right after the next. So we need to push a switch here after grabbing that medicine right there. And this fight, I love this fight. I just do the shoot dodge towards these guys. There's 2 guys, they'll burst out of the door every single time, and this is where the checkpoint area is. And I'm going to grab the shotgun. And normally in games, I don't like the shotgun, but this shotgun is pretty decent. So we're going to have one, I think he's a black dude coming right over here. We need to shoot this guy very rapidly. And remember to always use that bullet time. I'm not sure why the door closed that time. It was really bizarre. Normally the doors stay open. But we have a couple of enemies on the ground, and then we also, the reason I'm staying back this far is because there's an enemy up on the rafters, and I'm also crouching so I can get a little bit lower of a perspective. See, I was trying to find him right there, so I'm just very, very, very methodically just moving around and trying to locate him. And oh, by the way, I also have my sensitivity for the analog sticks is very low. I think it's at level 3. Out of like 10 or something. That's what I always do on shooting games, because I don't like when I move the analog sticks, I don't like them to go so fast all over the place, like a really fast mouse pointer. I like a lot more control. So when you come in here, you notice that I'm running out of that room, because not only does another enemy appear up on the upper platform, we have 2 more thugs bursting into the room. So I don't know if I don't think these guys are chargers, to tell you the truth. And I was trying to get behind cover from that door right there, but I think it was a glitch. I don't know if that door is supposed to stay open, because I couldn't use it for cover, so I figured something was wrong with that door. So see, there's that enemy up there. And always just assess. See, I could get this guy before the other guy could hit me as far as my location. See, I could creep over to the right more, and the other guy was over to the left more. So you always have to assess those risks. And there's another guy, a real winner right there. And obviously, the poorer my aim is, the more hectic the situation is, and the more nervous I am. That's just how a lot of people play. There's a lot of people that have a lot of, self-control, and they're very regimented about how they play. But to tell you the truth, I get nervous when an enemy is rushing me. I get genuinely nervous. So we have a staircase up there. We also have an outside area to go to, which I think contained a golden gun, but I already grabbed it. I don't even know why I grabbed the golden guns, because I knew I wouldn't be using them in my hardcore run of this game. But the collector in me, the anal retentive nut, just kind of compelled me to grab those. So, wow, that was good. 2 painkillers right there. As far as the painkillers, I don't know if you receive fewer on hardcore mode. It seems like I'm getting just as many as I did on hard difficulty. So we're going up the stairs now after looting all these bodies. And this is a long chapter, and we have a tough fight coming up. I'm not sure if it's the next fight. see, I'm gonna go behind cover. Always do that. And did I do it? No. See, there was no enemies over here, but you know, it can't help. I mean, it can't hurt to be safe. You know, to err on the side of caution. That old saying here. This part's tough. What I like to do here is kind of funny, actually. I shoot this guy. He has low HP for some reason, and then I do a shoot dodge, like right where the stairs start, and then I fall down on purpose. And I messed up the first one, and then I usually don't like to hang too far off here, but what happens is, see that location right there, and then this location that I just pointed to the left. Those are the positions where the enemies like to kind of stop and take cover. So I don't stay up here all day, but I like to take at least a couple of thugs out from up here. This is a hard situation because even if you're up here, all of the enemies are not going to charge you, so it's not like that's the best place to go. And also on this, when you're in cover here, you can't just press left or right when you're in cover. You have to press diagonal. So right there I shot an incendiary device. I thought that was really cool. But even if you're on that upper platform where I was, they can still throw grenades at you. It's really bullshit. But this is one of those sequences where the grenades come pretty fast and heavy. And there is a couple of platforms over to the left that you can go up and go to the other side, but it's very risky because there's a lot of enemies over there. There's also another incendiary jug over to the left. Did I get killed right there? I think I used a couple of painkillers here. Need to swap shoulders right there. See how these guys just appear? And in the game's defense, the guy didn't just appear. He kind of walked over in my line of sight. Just like that guy did right there. But that guy got me, so... And once again, sometimes it's better just to lay in the ground. So I think that area is clear. But that's a tough fight, and I didn't like to have to use 2 painkillers there. And as far as any collectibles over here, I think there's a golden gun somewhere, but this is not a collectible guide. It is a painkiller pickup guide. So I'm definitely trying to find all of those because those are very helpful. But once we actually get on the boat at the very end of the level, it does not matter how many painkillers you have because your health is no longer gauged by, or rather it's not controlled by painkillers. The health management system, it turns into your health is actually that of the vessel you're on. So a little rough edit over here, and I apologize. I was just wandering around too much. Make sure you grab the painkiller here. And then we have a button to switch, a button to switch on and activate the gate that's barring us from the harbor, from the pier. And then you don't get a checkpoint for quite a while, but this is pretty fun, I got to admit. I just did this, and it is broken by a checkpoint, so it's not unmanageable. What you want to do, though... Oh, by the way, if you press down on the D-pad, he does a 180-degree turn. So what you want to do is charge up here and then take cover. Just take cover no matter what. And we're going to have a couple of enemies coming up over here. I'm going to take these guys out with my Magnum. We are going to get a sniper rifle for the first time in the game. And see this boat right here? I thought that if you were in this cover right here, you were safe. I don't know if I got hit or not. I think I may have got hit. Yeah, so there's the damage indicator. It was there in the middle of the screen. I'm not sure what my manual is talking about, but there's 3 boats. While you're doing this, you're going to have 3 boats. 1 in this checkpoint, and then I think 2 after the checkpoint. What you want to do there is don't do what I did, because I didn't know you can blow those boats up. What you have to do is just continually fire at the boat, and it will... it's not going to explode by your hits, but it is going to veer off course and just kind of just explode of its own accord. You know, it's going to veer off and hit something, or I don't know how exactly it works. But I never really liked sniper rifles in games because my aim is not the best. I'm just a bad shot. I hate to admit it, but I'm an honest person, and I just have to admit where some of my failings lie in types of games like these. And that's one of the reasons why I have to put the sensitivity down so low, because I like to be very precise. And these games, they call for precision, and if you can put the sensitivity up, I'm actually jealous of you, because I can't. I need to have it go at a slower pace. So I love the music here too. It sounds aquatic, it's really fits the atmosphere here. Anyway, you can hold down on the trigger for this sniper rifle. It's not like one shot and then you need to reload. And normally, and I say normally, it's a one-hit kill for enemies. And you probably want to spend some time learning the patterns, because they never deviate. The spawns are always the same over here in these boats. Occasionally you'll have an asshole coming out of the boat. I think there is one boat we can go. I think the boat that I was just aiming at right there, we can actually go in there and pick up some painkillers. So having this sniper rifle is just very handy. And I'm really liking this guide. I'm liking the game. I loved the game when I played it. I'd like to get that damn basket out of the way. See that yellow basket right there? Took him down. I think more games should put that little X mark on the enemy to know that he's dead. It's so great to see that little X mark over the enemy. So there's just a lot of surprises when we're on these when we're on these piers here. So I mean, you should probably. What's probably going to happen is you're going to die a couple of times, and you'll learn the spawns and how everything works. And it's nice that it doesn't deviate at all. So, is there an enemy on here? I had no idea. This was I think it was my first time getting this far into the level, and I wasn't quite sure. And again, I'm not taking a single chance here. A couple painkillers on this boat, maybe just one, or was there any? 5. I don't think there was anything in there, to tell you the truth. The thing about this, though, is that it does not matter how many painkillers you use here. I redid a lot of the second checkpoint. I kept redoing it over and over again because I was using too many painkillers. And I think I got to the next checkpoint area with 5, the amount that I have now. And even if I was using 2, I was saying, God damn it, and restarting. And it was completely unnecessary, because I just got to the next section with the boat, and they just take away all your painkillers, so it doesn't matter how many you end up with. Closing in on the checkpoint area now. Just always proceed very cautiously. Our goal is actually to the right over there, but I'm going to check out and survey what's over in this area here, because I believe there may be something good. Another thing I really wish that was in this game that is in Gears of War, and I think Uncharted 2, is that when there's two pieces of cover that are right next to each other, you can slide from cover to cover, and I think you have immunity while you do it. And this game doesn't have it, and it would really be nice to have that feature in this game, because it's there's such a huge emphasis on cover. This part up here, get behind this crate, and we're going to take out these 2 guys if we can, or at least get this first guy taken care of. And sometimes this guy will go over to the left. We'll take care of him presently, but I'm going to shoot this boat right now. And do I kill it? No, it doesn't look like I killed it, but you see my position right there allowed me to not get hit. There is one more boat, and I'm pretty sure I killed that one. Anyway, bust out your sniper rifle, get into cover, and then aim, and then this guy's going to come from the left to the right. And if you need to slow down time, there he is. He snuck up on me. This is just the way I'm doing it. You could do this several ways, but this is just the way I did it every single time. So reload, and then there's going to be another guy over here. Sometimes he won't spawn until you shoot. He spawned there, but sometimes the enemies, they just go into the cover. They'll never pop their heads out. And one way to get them to pop their heads out is to fire a couple of rounds or move. So do the shoot dodge right over here. Take care of this guy. This guy surprised me one time and one time only. That's just how it works in these types of games. So get back right here. That was my mistake. It's hard to learn these patterns because I had just figured out the first pattern before this checkpoint, and then I had to learn this one again, and I spent a long time over here. And sometimes I like to really perform well, but there comes a point when I'm just spending too much time on an area, especially in view of the fact that I could have used all 5 of these painkillers and went to the next section, and it would have been the same outcome. Okay, just go from cover to cover here, and we're gonna have some enemies to the upper left area, but they're gonna. Yeah, I made another mistake right over here. They're gonna come right in front of you. Not right in front of you, but right to the right on the boat. They're gonna end up on the boat, so it's really easy to get damaged severely here. You see how much damage I just took right there? I think I might take even more damage and/or die over here because it's that thing I said before about surviving in this game equals spacing yourself from the enemies and putting cover in between you and the enemies. So shoot that incendiary device. It should take care of those 2 guys who come out of that building right there. And there's some very lucrative items in that building. But when I say lucrative items, I just mean restorative health items. Oh, maybe just one. And the FAL, which is a very, very powerful gun. I love that gun, but I'm going to keep the sniper rifle on in my arsenal because I know that when I get to the boat, I'm not going to be having any guns. Okay, these guys are going to come like right where the sign was getting in the way, but you could shoot. A lot of the objects in this game are a lot of breakable objects. Really good. I don't know if it's that way in Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto. I've never played Grand Theft Auto. I don't like open world games like that. They don't appeal to me whatsoever. I like having an objective. See, here's another big mistake right there. It's just that guy hit me before, and it was completely my fault. So once you get to that area, once you spawn that boat, get the hell back because that's a horrible position where I was because I was in their direct line of sight. And a lot of the times when I'm making guides, it's you're just learning from my mistakes. I'm not trying to do a perfect run because it's really hard to do this without getting hit or having to use a painkiller. So there's an incendiary jug right there. If you want to hit it, I don't think it did anything because these enemies are too far away from it. The enemies are always too far away from it, but whenever you get even remotely close to it, you get nailed. This is how video games work, I guess. So here comes a guy. Looks like this guy's charging me to the left, and he killed me because my situational awareness wasn't at the degree, the mandatory degree that this game requires. It really does. It requires a situational awareness that is very high. So once we go into this gate, we're going to go to the next shooting section. Alright, the next section we're going to be doing is all these boat scenarios here. So what you want to do is just shoot all the foes. Don't shoot the boats, just shoot the guys. One thing I did want to mention was I lost some footage a couple of chapters back And rather than start the chapter, which was one of the longer ones, there's an option to go into the chapter select menu, select the chapter, and then you can also from there select individual checkpoints. So that's what I've actually been doing. This is in slow motion right there. Take out the bomb. I will pick up that thread in a second here. Take out this Molotov cocktail, then take out these two guys. Bullet time is your best friend over here. So just take those two guys out, and always try to get those Molotov cocktails off. Your health here is determined by how many hits you got in the last checkpoint area. This is really difficult. This is probably the hardest section right here. Just because there's so much stuff going on. There's a couple of enemies at the bridge, but we've got to deal with those Molotov cocktails. So, once again, I cannot stress how important the bullet time is. Your weapon will overheat if you're using it, crazily, but that's kind of how you have to do this. We need to take out as many people as we possibly can. This is the checkpoint area right over here, I believe. Yeah, this is the checkpoint area. Every time you reload, you're going to have this guy throwing the grenade at you. And, oh no, excuse me, he did throw a grenade. There is another guy that throws a grenade here. So, one problem I was having was I was shooting the enemies too many times when they were already dead. And that was wasting a lot of ammo, but more importantly, it was wasting time, and I was getting killed because I was just pumping rounds into people who were already dead, and I could have been focusing on other enemies who were actually damaging me and who were much more alive than those guys that I had already slain. This part up here next, I like to slow down time right away for this guy right there, and then just kind of go for headshots. Just be very precise here. It's not to your benefit to just go crazy. That is one of the temptations. Trust me, I know how it is. But what I was saying a moment ago was that sometimes when I use fraps, there's errors that occur and I lose footage. Here, by the way, once you kill all the enemies, you just have to shoot see that little the propane tank. But sometimes there's errors, and I don't end up, when I go to my hard drive, to my external hard drive to find the footage I've captured, it's not there because there's an error. And what I've had to do since Chapter 3 was go to the menu that I said a moment ago, the chapter select screen, and select the chapter, and then select the checkpoint. So that's what I've actually been doing. So what I do is just I go on there, I select a chapter, and I switch it to hardcore mode and free aim. And the reason I'm even saying this is because I don't know how this game works and how it calculates whether you've beaten all the chapters on hardcore mode. So you may not see the pain in the ass trophy, the trophy that means you've beaten hardcore mode. It may not occur at the end, but I care less about that rather than trying to do all these chapters all over again from scratch, just because I lose footage, which happens very frequently. So I'm not gonna do all these chapters. It's a complete waste of time. So anyone who knows my channel and who's been with me for a long time knows that I don't fuck around. I play on the hardest difficulty. You can't even play on this difficulty unless you beat hard mode. So anyway, I don't even have to prove myself, really. I don't even care. I'm not a platinum kind of person. I don't go for platinums. I'm not a trophy whore. I could give a shit. All I want to do is play the game in the hard setting and beat it. That's all I care about. And some games don't even give you the trophies, and I don't even care about that either. It's not that I'm being a nihilist or anything. It's just that I don't hold any store in getting trophies because I'm a single-player gamer. And I don't need to. I don't have a friends list. I don't compare trophies. I'm not in high school. And no offense to anybody who does that, but that's just not the way I like to. I'm a single player gamer at heart. So anyway, okay. So more things to destroy here. You do get some of your health back somehow. I'm not really sure how. So when you're getting shot, just look in the direction that you're getting hit from with that target indicator. And just always slow down time. And this is tough. It's really hard, but I must say it's pretty fucking fun, despite how hard it is. This is the final part right here. It's in bullet time, so you don't have to activate bullet time. But just don't hit Fabiana. It's really easy to hit her, though, even though you're hitting the guy in front of her. The hit detection is very poor there, but that's the end of the chapter. Thanks for watching.